Yan yan.
Choosy lang.
Yeah, selective.
Kumakain naman. Choosy lang. But thank you for being here on the show. Thank you again, ladies, and happy weekend. Ay, sorry, Thursday pa lang pala. May Friday pa tomorrow. But great show once again. The big story, primetime newscast here on One News to Sess, to Sean, to Pauline. And tonight on our show, we've got the Oklahoma City Thunder looking ahead to a potential title-clinching match in the NBA Finals. Plus, the Indiana Pacers check and their waiting game. I know. On Tyrese Halliburton's injury and his availability in their next match.
Get ready to say cha-ching because it is the end of an era in Los Angeles.
Grabe yan.
As the Buss family sells majority ownership of the Lakers for a whopping $10 billion.
I'm sure in heaven, si Dr. Jerry Buss is happy and applauding Jeannie Buss, her kids, for that great sale. More on that story in just a bit. Stay tuned. I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Litungkalaw.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy leaves, let it! Victor Moves puts it on. Unbelievable! Gemma on the left side. Oh, stopping another one! Bacunas rejecting Estevo for the win.
NBA fans, and just one more sleep. Kumbaga sa Tagalog, isang tulog na lang. We will find out whether the Oklahoma City Thunder will win it all in 6 or the Indiana Pacers will force that do-or-die Game 7. Of course, as always, as I always say, fans want a Game 7. But the two teams resume their clash for that championship tomorrow in Indianapolis. That will be at 8:30 a.m. Philippine time. The Thunder just one win away now from winning the crown after taking Game 5 in OKC, protecting home court for that 3-2 lead in the series. The Thunder are eyeing their first NBA title since the franchise moved to Oklahoma City in 2008. Head coach Mark Daigneault believes his team is mentally prepared for what's to come. He also spoke about building their defense into the juggernaut that it is today.
We're always trying to put ourselves in the opponent's shoes, understand what the opponent's going to bring to the game, prepare for our opponent's best punch in every situation. 0-0 mindset despite what's going on in a series or last game or whatever. We're not introducing any new concepts right now. We're just leaning on the psychological habits we've tried to build over a long period of time. I think whatever our calling cards are, similar to the answer about our mindset, I like to think that they go back as far as, the beginning of this build, when Dort and Shea and Kenrich Williams were a part of the team. Hopefully most of the stuff, we've evolved and we've definitely improved some things, but hopefully most of the big rocks are things that are very familiar. Even back then, that was our mindset back then, is to plant the right seeds and to have the right themes and to have the right emphasis so that we weren't reaching a point of changing that, because there's no day you become you don't know what day it's going to be that you become a good team, so we've tried to stay very consistent. It served us well, and now that we're in high stakes environment, it's comforting because it's familiar. There's, like I said, there's no new material. We're not walking in today with a new riff. We're walking in and pounding away at the same stuff we've been pounding away at for 5 years.
Jalen Williams is undoubtedly a huge reason why the Thunder are now on the cusp of an NBA championship. J-Dub had back-to-back big games for OKC ahead of tomorrow's matchup. In Game 4, he had 27 points to add to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's 35, powering the Thunder to victory and leveling the finals at 2 games apiece. Then, in Game 5, played his best offensive game yet in the championship series, dropping 40 markers to lead OKC to another win. This time to put them ahead in the series 3-2. SGA spoke about playing alongside J-Dub while Williams himself shared his thoughts on learning from their previous matchups in the playoffs, specifically their 7-game series against the Denver Nuggets.
I think both of us just trust each other, have the same mindset, winning mindset, want the best for each other above all. Me and him are also just like naturally really good friends. We talk all the time, on and off the court, are always together. So that helps with it for sure. And then we just use our experiences together to grow. Whether I see something, he sees something, whether we feel something in the moment, both being out there, like we just use everything that we go through together to grow on and off the court. And it's helped us so far.
You try and take the lessons from each series and go from there. So a lot of it for this series was like, for game one, for example, it's like, all right, we lose game one, pretty heartbreaking one. Obviously, a game winner in the finals for them is super cool, and for us, it sucks. But just kind of having a maturity of like understanding the highs and lows of a series, and the biggest thing for us is it's 1st to 4, not 1st to 3. So the same way that we felt game one, they probably felt last game, and they're going to come in focused for this one. So you try and take the lessons a little bit from Denver and understand what we could have did game 6. Like, we didn't come out ready to play, quite frankly, in game 6, and we didn't do a good job of sustaining our energy through that series. So we're going to try and do a little better with that on this one. And, you know, where the chips fall, they fall. But a lot of that is just trying to like grow through each experience.
I know after this series ends, a lot of people will be talking about SGA, but that guy right there, J-Dub, definitely the X factor in this series. And on the other side, of course, one of the biggest questions heading into Game 6 of this final series is, will Tyrese Halliburton, will Hallie play for the Pacers in Game 6? Well, head coach Rick Carlisle says Hallie took part in the team's walkthrough and even watched film in preparation for the crucial match. But he adds they won't know Hallie's status till tomorrow late afternoon, or that will be early evening before Game 6 when they get the results of tests on his calf strain. Hallie had to leave the court in the early goings of Game 5 because of the injury. He did return, though, in the second quarter and played the rest of the way. But it was his worst game in the playoffs so far, with just 4 points, all of which coming from the free throw line. Halliburton is adamant that he wants to play in Game 6. Here are Hallie and Coach Carlisle talking about his injury.
You have to be as smart as I want to be. You have to understand the risks, ask the right questions. But I'm a competitor. I want to play. I'm going to do everything in my power to play. And that's just what it is. I have a lot of trust in our medical staff. I have a lot of trust in our organization to make the right decision. I think, there's been many situations through the course of my career where they've trusted me on my body. And I mean, you're here more than anybody. You know, I'm questionable from time to time throughout the course of the season, and they trust me to make the right decision on my body when the power is in my hands. And I'm going to try my best to do that. But I mean, you understand, I want to be out there, and that's the plan.
He'll go through the day tomorrow. Our prep session's tomorrow, late afternoon, and they'll get together and do some testing, and that will determine whether he plays or not. And if he doesn't play, we have a plan, obviously, if we're without him.
Regardless of whether Tyrese Halliburton plays, the rest of the Pacers say it will take a total team effort to send the finals into a decider. After taking the series lead twice, the Pacers find themselves trailing the Thunder for the first time. But the Pacers do have that all-important home court advantage in Game 6, which could give them a huge boost in their bid to equalize the series once more. Pascal Siakam and TJ McConnell spoke about the team's approach as they prepare to play an elimination match, possibly without their main floor generals.
Yeah, I think the way we play, I think it's never been about one person. So I don't really look at it that way. I think obviously like Tyrese is a big part of what we do. Like and whether he plays or not, like I think it's gonna be a team thing. Like we have to together all step up, and the importance of the game. We just all have to take a step forward. Like and it's gonna be down the line. So I don't think any one of us should feel like, one person is going to have to do it. It's going to be collective.
I think anytime in the playoffs, anytime you can play in front of your home crowd, it's huge. but especially when your back's up against the wall in an elimination game, this crowd can really will us to wins, and they have done so, and we need their very best tomorrow. We all support him no matter what, there for him, and just like I said, the support's there, and play extra hard for him as well.
The NBA Finals have been unforgettable, and the series may just come to an end soon. Watch the rest of the 2025 NBA Finals on NBA TV Philippines, One Sports, RPTV, and Pilipinas Live. Coming up, after almost 5 decades, the Los Angeles Lakers will reportedly have new owners. Reports say that the Buss family have sold the iconic franchise for a whopping $10 billion. That story and more when Play-by-Play returns.
Lahat po ng mapapanood ninyo sa susunod na mga eksena ay fake. Tandaan nyo po yan.
Ngayon, sobrang dali na gumawa ng fake na video. Mukha, boses, pwedeng gayahin. Parang totoo, pero hindi.
Yung fake videos, pwedeng gamitin yan para manghingi ng OTP, password, o mag-spread ng maling impormasyon. Gaya nito.
Bro, legit to. High return in just 3 months. Wala kang gagawin.
Oo, boss. Bayad ka. Minimum lang 50,000. May 100,000 ka na bukas.
Oops, fake lahat to. Pati kami FAK.
Nanalo ako. Pero kailangan daw ng 1,000 pesos. Tsaka OTP. Anong OTP?
Inday, na-aksidente si sir. Nasa ospital. Karon dayon nagpadala og kwarta.
Huh? Unsa? Ay, fake pala ako. Pati itong buong eksena.
Good morning po. May promo tayo ngayon. Tataasan natin ang credit limit ninyo.
Alright.
Pakisend po ng picture ng credit card nyo.
Oops, fake to.
Ingat tayong lahat sa fake. Gaya namin.
Lahat kami dito fake.
Pakipadala ng email address at phone number. Oops, fake ako.
Sorry, tita. Fake ako.
Ow, I miss you.
Sorry. Fake kami.
Gagawa ko ng batas na lahat ng senior high school students kailangan mag-necktie.
Bakit po necktie, sir?
Sa ikauunlad ng bayan, neckties ang kailangan. Ay, fake pala ako, pati itong press con.
Fake news and fake videos will become an even bigger problem. Pati lahat ito fake.
Ang nakakagulat, sobrang dali na gumawa ng video gamit ang AI. Sobrang galing na nito at gagaling pa.
Ang good news, mukhang mas madaling gumawa ng AI-generated video kesa magpaloko, kahit gano'ng kagaling pa yan.
Lalo na kaming mga kabataan ngayon, hindi na kami basta-basta maluloko.
Hindi mo kami maluloko, AI!
Gayunpaman, there are people we care about who can fall for this. At aminin, baka one day, mabiktima ka rin.
Saka sa totoo lang, lahat ng scam na to, lumana. But we've seen that every old scam tries to use the newest technology.
We have also seen that even the oldest scams and the newest toys are no match for knowledge, awareness, and watching out for each other.
Kaya let's be aware. Magtulungan tayo na maintindihan ng bawat isa ang mga nakikita at napapanood natin.
Uulitin ko lang ha, ang lahat ng nakita nyo, fake. Walang totoong tao dito. Pati ako fake. Okay, thanks, bye.
Lahat po ng mapapanood ninyo sa susunod na mga eksena ay fake. Tandaan nyo po yan.
Ngayon, sobrang dali na gumawa ng fake na video. Mukha, boses, pwedeng gayahin. Parang totoo, pero hindi.
Yung fake videos, pwedeng gamitin yan para manghingi ng OTP, password, o mag-spread ng maling impormasyon. Gaya nito.
Bro, legit.
And we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Play-by-Play, only on One News. Alas Pilipinas men are now out of playoff contention in the 2025 ABC Men's Nations Cup. That's after the Philippine team bowed to Chinese Taipei in 4 sets. Final score here, 19-25, 25-23, 28-30, and 20-25. Alas men thus ended their pool stage campaign without a win. Shaking off an injury from the previous match, team captain Mark Espeo delivered a game-high 26 points. Leo Ordiales added 15 markers in a losing effort. With a setback, Alas men will now compete in classification matches from 9th to 11th place.
Not just a test of skills, but a test of character. That's how Alas Pilipinas women describe their historic campaign in the ABC Nations Cup. Team captain and tournament best setter Gia de Guzman told Starting Lineup that their silver finish in the Nations Cup is proof of the national team's growth. Though she admitted to feeling pressure throughout the tilt, de Guzman is looking forward to achieving bigger things for Alas. The Philippines lost to powerhouse Vietnam in the finals, but still ended up with their first silver medal in the ABC in over 6 decades. Apart from Kapitana Gia, other Alas players also bagged individual awards, from Del Palomata winning Best Middle Blocker and Angel Canino taking home the Best Outside Spiker Award a year after winning the Best Opposite Hitter in the 2024 edition of the tournament. Here are Canino and de Guzman talking about their latest accolades and what they learned from the experience.
Up until now, hindi pa rin nagsisink in sa akin na parang, first of all, naging silver medalist po yung team. And hindi nagsisink in sa akin lahat ng parang mga international award ko. Kasi parang, it's always something na sinasabi ko sa sarili ko na meron pa talagang akong may ilalabas pa. Kung ano man ang award na meron siguro ako, it's something na i-motivate ko yung sarili ko to do better next time. Kasi kung ano man meron ako, it's parang ano na lang po yun, extra na lang yun sa akin. Kasi yung gusto ko talagang maibigay at gusto din namin lahat na maibigay po is yung gold medal po dito para sa Pilipinas.
This AVC was really a test of more than our skills. It was a big test sa character namin, which is bound to happen for teams that want to be in it for the long run. I'm pretty sure this is something that other strong teams had to go through, like Vietnam and other international teams. So we expected na it would be hard talaga coming into this second stint with Alas Pilipinas, but I'm really proud of what the girls showed, how the coaches also showed up and supported us in this direction, kasi it is not easy. To be under this much pressure. But at the same time, at the end of the day, we are still, women who just love the sport and want to give our best for the country and to support each other at the same time. We just want to be better players at the end of the day. So the silver, we're so grateful for it. We still cannot believe it. But for me, what was more fulfilling talaga was seeing how the team is growing, especially after last year. And we're really looking forward to seeing more growth because it's just the first tournament.
The road to the finals wasn't easy, though. Alas had to power through to take the win against Chinese Taipei in the semifinals. They already had a 2-0 set lead, but Chinese Taipei rallied back to force a 5th set. With the resolve facing a tough test, Alas leaned on one of their seasoned players, Ea Laure. Laure responded by scoring 6 of her 9 points in the final set to help Alas get the nail-biting win. Here's libero Jen Yervas and Laure's accounts on that hard-fought win.
That time, yun yung si Ea. It was her comeback talaga na parang, Ea, welcome back. Kasi teammate ko siya sa Cherry. And ganun talaga yun yung gusto niya. Yun yung mga moment na talagang, Ea, pumasok ka, ikaw to. Sa'yo tong, ibibigay namin tong set na to sa'yo. So nung naramdaman namin, nung pinag-uusapan nga namin nila Ate Gia after the game, we're like, wow, nung naramdaman namin si Ea na, atin to! Talagang puso, yung puso talaga nandun. Talagang kami sumabay na kami. Let's just follow Ea.
Pinasok ako nung fourth, mga middle na ata or early.
And the fourth set was horrible.
Iba na talaga yung feeling. Tapos parang sabi ko, hindi to pwedeng mapakawalan. Kasi iba yung feeling ko that day. And hindi ako nakatulog nung, nasabi ko yung kay Shaina kasi ka-roommate ko si Shaina. Sabi ko, Shaina, kahit anong tulog ko talaga, kahit anong pikit ko, as in gusto talaga maglaro ng katawan ko. Kailangan ko makaisip ng way para makatulong. Kasi ito na yung feeling kong chance ko talaga na iparamdam na nandito ako para sa inyo. Kahit lows and ups yan. So ayun, after ng fourth set, umupo lang ako tapos medyo nagmuni-muni ako, yung inhale, exhale. Tapos ayun, parang sabi ko, kailangan ko nang ibalik kung ano yung Ea na nakikita ko before. Sabi ko, pagpatak lagi ng 5th set, itataga ko na lagi sa bato na hindi niyo ako pwedeng i-count out. Kapag nag-5th set, gusto ko, natatapos ko yung 5th set ng talagang strong.
Meantime, let's move back to the hard court, but this time in the PBA. The TNT Tropang 5G's Grand Slam hopes remain alive in Season 49's Philippine Cup. Roger Pugoy led up the scoreboard with 30 points to lift TNT to a heart-stopping 89-88 win over the Magnolia Hotshots in the quarterfinals. Just earlier today, Pugoy ignited a late 12-4 run to push the Tropang 5G ahead 88-81. But then the Hotshots responded with a gutsy 7-0 blitz, capped by a cold-blooded 4 from Paul Lee, the lethal weapon, tying the game at 8-8 all. With just 6.8 seconds left, veteran Kelly Williams held his ground and sank the game-winning free throw and to force a do-or-die match on Saturday. Now, it's rest and recovery for the Coach Chot Reyes-led crew as they look to complete the upset and march into the semifinals.
Ano lang talaga, yung mindset ko lang coming to this game is ayaw ko lang magpatalo, ayaw ko magbakasyon. Yun. Tapos yun nga, binabasa namin yung defense ng Magnolia kasi last time nga, ang dami naming turnover, siguro yun yung turning point.
But I think for us now, the most important thing is our recovery. We have to recover, we have to do a good job resting the bodies. Brian Heruela's injury is another big blow for us, but we gotta get Simon Enciso being a contributor, and that's been the story of our team all season long. Next man up, palagi na kami next man up.
More PBA Philippine Cup action is headed your way tomorrow for the continuation of the quarterfinals. First up are the top-seeded San Miguel Beermen against the defending Philippine Cup champions, the Meralco Bolts, at 5 p.m. The Beermen are looking to finish the Bolts off quickly in the rematch of last season's All-Filipino Finals. Then at 7:30 p.m., Barangay Ginebra San Miguel take on the Converge Fiber Xers. Ginebra and San Miguel carry the twice-to-beat incentives in these matchups. Both games will be at the Ninoy Aquino Stadium in Manila, but you can also catch them live on PBA Rush, RPTV, and the Pilipinas Live app. Here's Ginebra guard Stephen Holt talking about having momentum heading into their playoff matchup.
Just setting the tone. We want to play our best basketball at the end of the year. Just continue this momentum that we have, and then again, it's our third try at trying to win a championship, so we understand the task at hand, and every detail now matters to us. I just feel like we handled that loss to Morocco, beautifully. I mean, it doesn't matter how, when things are going well, it's how you respond to adversity. And so we watched that film, talked about it in practice, and that kind of springboarded us to, winning these 3 games in a row. So we're confident for a reason. It's through our work, through our teamwork, and our commitment to each other. So again, we've been in this situation before this whole entire conference, just trying to get to the finals, and now we just have to just finish our work and try and get this thing done.
Coming up, it's the end of an era for the Los Angeles Lakers. After longtime owners, the Bus family reportedly sell the franchise for a record-breaking $10 billion US. Find out more about that when Play-by-Play returns.
Lahat po ng mapapanood ninyo sa susunod na mga eksena ay fake. Tandaan niyo po yan.
Ngayon, sobrang dali na gumawa ng fake na video. Muka, boses, pwedeng gayahin. Parang totoo, pero hindi.
Yung fake videos, pwedeng gamitin yan para manghingi ng OTP, password, o mag-spread ng maling impormasyon. Gaya nito.
Bro, legit to. High return in just 3 months. Wala kang gagawin.
Oh, boss, bayad ka. Minimum lang 50,000. May 100,000 ka na bukas.
Oops, fake lahat to. Pati kami FAK.
Nanalo ako. Pero kailangan daw ng 1,000 pesos. Tsaka OTP. Anong OTP?
Inday, na-aksidente si sir. Nasa ospital. Karon dayon nagpadala og kwarta.
Unsa? Ay, fake pala ako. Pati itong buong eksena.
Good morning po. May promo tayo ngayon. Tataasan natin ang credit limit ninyo.
Alright.
Pakisend po ng picture ng credit card nyo.
Oops, fake to.
Ingat tayong lahat sa fake. Gaya namin.
Lahat kami dito fake.
Pakipadala ng email address at phone number. Oops, fake ako.
Sorry, tita. Fake ako.
Ow, I miss you.
Sorry. Fake kami.
Gagawa ko ng batas na lahat ng senior high school students kailangan mag-necktie.
Bakit po necktie, sir?
Sa ikauunlad ng bayan, neckties ang kailangan. Ay, fake pala ako, pati itong press con.
Fake news and fake videos will become an even bigger problem. Pati lahat ito fake.
Ang nakakagulat, sobrang dali na gumawa ng video gamit ang AI. Sobrang galing na nito at gagaling pa.
Ang good news, mukhang mas madaling gumawa ng AI-generated video kesa magpaloko, kahit gano'ng kagaling pa yan.
Lalo na kaming mga kabataan ngayon, hindi na kami basta-basta maluloko.
Hindi mo kami maluloko, AI!
Gayunpaman, there are people we care about who can fall for this. At aminin, baka one day, mabiktima ka rin.
Saka sa totoo lang, lahat ng scam na to, lumana. But we've seen that every old scam tries to use the newest technology.
We have also seen that even the oldest scams and the newest toys are no match for knowledge, awareness, and watching out for each other.
Kaya let's be aware. Magtulungan tayo na maintindihan ng bawat isa ang mga nakikita at napapanood natin.
Uulitin ko lang ha, ang lahat ng nakita nyo, fake. Walang totoong tao dito. Pati ako fake. Okay, thanks, bye.
Lahat po ng mapapanood ninyo sa susunod na mga eksena ay fake. Tandaan nyo po yan.
Ngayon, sobrang dali na gumawa ng fake na video. Muka, boses, pwedeng gayahin. Parang totoo, pero hindi.
Yung fake videos,
Welcome back. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. Undrafted but undeterred, Pearl Denura is officially getting her shot in the PVL. Denura was officially signed by the Signal HD Spikers as a free agent. This comes just over a week after going undrafted in the 2025 PVL Rookie Draft. The two-time UAAP champion libero was introduced alongside the team's new picks, Erin Pangilinan of National U and LaSalle's Jessa Ordiales. Signal also locked in Ishi Lalong Isip to a long-term deal. Denura, Pangilinan, and Ordiales are expected to make their pro debut when Signal kicks off the PVL On Tour series in Vigan, Ilocos Sur.
So tonight we've got back-to-back nights, all PBA lineup in tonight's highlight reel. Like yesterday, it was a rain or shine NLEX game quarterfinals match. This time, it's a TNT Tropang 5G against the Magnolia Hotshots. Magnolia has it twice to beat here. Okay, let's roll it right away. Let's take a look at the first play. Paul Lee asking for a screen from Laput. Laput has it over to Lucero. Hold then handoff to Jerome Lastimosa. Lastimosa against Enciso's great defender. But look at that against three white shirts. Binanggana, may kasama pang foul. Lastimosa falls down. Remember, Magnolia waited for this kid to recover from that ACL injury he sustained in his final year with Adamson in the UAAP. And it's paying dividends now for Magnolia. Lastimosa against Enciso, against Poy Eram, even with that late recovery, and also Kim Aurin, no problem for the former King Falcon there. Jerome Lastimosa finishing with 12 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists here in this game. Okay, next play. How about this? Last minute of the game. Here's Pugoy, puts it up. Oftana, no. And then the Magnolia fans sense they have a shot. They're down 4, 88-84. Paul Lee, 4-4. There it goes. Paul Lee, angas ang tondo, lethal weapon. Bang, 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 bang. And look at the swagger. My good friend Paul Lee launching that one from long bomb, tying it. 88 all. What a treat for the PBA fans over in Pasig at the Phil Sports Arena. Paul Lee says, di pa tapos, basta hawak ko bola. I'll let it fly. Bullseye. Then that's one of 2 4-pointers as Lee finishing 15 points in this one. Big shot there for Paul Lee. But that won't be enough, though, to bring Magnolia the win. Why? We'll find out later on. Okay, TNT side naman tayo. Baka sabihin, puro kayo Magnolia. Okay, let's go to TNT. Challenged there by Kelly Williams on the drive by Lucero. And here's Pugoy. Time winding now. 4, 3, 2, 1. To beat the buzzer. Roger Pugoy, RR. Ending the first half with that layup. TNT, they were down at this point, but look at Pugoy go. And late defense by De La Rosa. Lucero tried to challenge. He was kind of late there on a challenge, on a close out. But Pugoy with that buzzer-beating layup to end the third quarter, that is, not the first half, the third quarter, but they were still down at this point, 65-61 to end the third. Okay, by the way, Pugoy finishing game-high 30 points in this game for TNT. More Pugoy, more TNT, Sanggalang. Here he is. Here's Baroka off the Paul Lee, asking for a pick from Lucero. Good movement, Lucero. Drive stolen away. Here's Oftana. All the way, challenged by Lucero for the layup. Mamaya na yung kay Pugoy. Let's save the best for last. Again, stolen away by the former San Beda Red Line, going all the way for the native of Dumaguete, Calvin Oftana. Big game for him in the final 2 minutes of this do-or-die game for them. They were able to extend it. Oftana, monster in this one. 21 points, 16 rebounds, 3 big steals for Calvin Oftana, the former NCAA MVP. He was also clutch, defensive play, but not more clutch than this last one. I said Pugoy, it's a spoiler. De La Rosa has it inbounds, 2.9 to go. Up one ang TNT, ah. Take a look. Inside, Lucero, challenge. No, blocked by who? Stopped by who? Yes, former FEU Tamaraw, R.R. Pugoy. Big stop for R.R. Pugoy to end the game. Up one, TNT wins. De La Rosa challenged by Brandon Ganuelas Rosser there on the inbounds. And then Pugoy says, all ball. Huli ka bata. And TNT holds on, 89-88 to keep their Grand Slam hopes alive. Sudden death will be this Saturday at the Ninoy Aquino Stadium in Manila. Boy, this will be a good one. TNT, Magnolia, and the winner moves on to the semis. Check.
All right, before we go, a monumental shift is coming to one of the NBA's most iconic teams. For the first time since 1979, the Los Angeles Lakers will no longer be owned by the Buss family. According to ESPN sources, the team is set to be sold for a record $10 billion US. That is B, not M, the highest ever price for a professional sports franchise in the United States. The new owner, Mark Walter, already has strong ties to Los Angeles sports. Walter holds stakes in the LA Dodgers, the LA Sparks, and even Chelsea FC in the Premier League. Despite the sale, Jeanie Buss will stay on as governor and continue to oversee team operations at least for the foreseeable future. The Lakers won 11 titles under the Buss family's leadership. This featured legends like Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, and now LeBron James.
For the kids, you want to go way back, Jerry West, Will Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Lakers franchise, definitely one of the most popular, arguably
one of
biggest
the most
sports franchises. Yes, storied franchises. Not only in basketball, but in the whole of sports. Yes. And for context lang, kung magkano. Oo, kanina natin pinag-uusapan. Hindi kinaya ng calculator eh. For context po, konteksto, $10 billion US is 573 billion, 809 million, 970,000 Philippine pesos.
Nice.
Kahit calculator, nag-error eh. Grabe. And that's all from us tonight. Catch us again, though, tomorrow to end the work week, 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of today's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News, that's Signal TV, Channel 8 on SD, and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Chaska Calao. Thank you for watching. Good night.